one session.
Right, like you said that you missed out on the how to stop the bleed class.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Oh, come over after this raffle. I'll teach you
Yeah.
how to do it in 5 minutes."
Exactly.
Like, okay, well.
You have tuned in to Remote Trails Radio, where your hosts, Garrick and Melody, take you off the beaten path into the world of overlanding, life in the Pacific Northwest, and whatever the heck else we feel like chatting about. So grab a drink, settle in, and let's hit the trails together.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to another episode. I'm Melody.
And I'm Garrick.
And you've tuned into Remote Trails Radio. We are outside today on the part 2 of our Overland Expo. We're going to be covering day 2.
Heck yeah. And it's actually kind of nice and sunny at the moment. So let's get into it.
Yep.
It is now it's technically day 3 for us at the PNW Overland Expo. But we are going to do a recap of our day 2, which is Saturday. I guess we can also talk a little bit what we did this morning, since we did a little shopping.
Got some last minute items that we needed from the store.
So let me bring up my notes real quick. All right. So yesterday we started off. We did a booth tour yesterday morning after we did our recording. We started off with Ignic. Do you have any feelings about what we saw at Ignic?
It was really cool. It was nice that they were cooking up some food.
It smells so good. Yeah.
On one of their new campfire.
Yeah, it's called a Skullet.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's the way I would describe it is it's like a fire pit that you can also cook on. And that thing was neat because it's propane powered, and it has like tripod legs on it, so you can kind of set it at whatever height you want, which is really neat. Yeah, so obviously that's good for cooking because then you can like put it higher so that it's like, more of a counter height sort of deal. Yeah. Or if you're around like, the campfire, quote unquote, you can set it to be like at chest height rather than like just burning your knees like with most fires the entire time.
Yeah, I think it's great. And then we learned they're a PNW brand as well. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Bainbridge Island, right?
Yeah, Bainbridge Island. Very cool. Yeah, and they had sold out. I noted that they had sold out of the heated bed covers, which is my favorite solution, and I used last night. And
man, it was so cold last night.
So cold.
There's this thing that they do at the expo. It's the raffle that they do on the Saturday before it ends, and it's for 2 hours. They're giving away products from almost every booth that's here.
Yeah,
it is so intense. However, you're not moving for 2 hours, so
unless you're like a kid, you're jumping up and down the entire time. Which I started doing at some point because I was just so cold. I'm like, I'm just gonna start doing jumping jacks.
You did.
Maybe they'll throw something to me.
So we froze because we weren't prepared for it. It was our first raffle here at the expo. So next time we're bringing a blanket.
Yeah, bring a blanket, and then also if you buy a lot of tickets, it goes for their fund. It's actually a 501c like charity donation.
Outdoor Expo Foundation, right?
Yeah, and then that's used for grants that are used for a lot of different things, but like like trail tending and like
educating kids.
Yeah, and
trash
creating opportunities for veterans, and it's a lot of really good things. So it's one of those things where it's like you can throw some money down, it'll be fun. Our neighbors who did that exact thing just walked away with so much stuff. So it was just like, I don't know, I think they won like five times, maybe 5 or 6 times.
Oh my gosh, it was insane.
Yeah.
And then they had other family there, and they did the same thing.
Right.
They were also winning pretty regularly.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. So that was a lesson learned. If you're new to that, go big, have a lot of fun with it. You'll be able to run up. Just make sure you are near the front, because you get, maybe 3, if they're being really generous, they'll call it the ticket number 4 times. But then you gotta like jump up and like, make some noise and make sure they're there, because otherwise they'll move on to the next ticket.
So I travel with my electric blanket with my extra battery on the side, the Blue Eddy battery on the side, just in case I fall asleep and I run the battery down, I don't have to worry about my fridge. And that was perfect. I ran it for an hour and a half last night on low in between a down blanket, and it was the best.
It's so luxurious having that option. The funny thing is that I usually run my heated pad cover off of my little 300 watt hour Anchor C300 DC. But I loaned that out to some friends. I don't actually have that with me on this trip.
Oh.
But I had strategically put my swag close to where my battery is in my car so that I knew it would be able to reach into my main battery in there.
Yep.
And then because it was hooked up to my main big battery, it's like, oh, I'm gonna run this longer. I got a lot of power to work with here. So I had that thing running at like 100% to just initially warm it up, and then I dropped it down to 50 and just let it run at 50 basically all night, which was luxurious.
Nice. Yeah, you've got the Anchor, what is it? The C2000 Gen 2?
Yes. Yep.
And then I have the Anchor C1000 Gen 2.
Yeah.
And we were able to power up our batteries even though it was kind of between windy and cloudy over the last few days. We both used Garrick's solar panels.
Yeah, my 220. Yep.
220 watts.
Yep.
Yours is EcoFlow, right?
The solar panel is EcoFlow. Yep.
EcoFlow, and I don't know. I enjoyed using it because even though I brought 100 watt, it wasn't enough. Like if you're gonna have sun and you're gonna leave all day, might as well draw more power.
Right.
So I think I'm gonna switch to the 220 as well. So that was a big learning for me, and there was an educational class about that here. So Justin, I'm forgetting his last name.
Usinger, I believe.
Usinger,
yeah.
Gave a course which was heavily participated in. There were every single seat was full, and then people were standing at the back, and it was crazy windy. People were really interested in this, knowing how to use your electrified strategy beneficially. So using your portable battery, how much battery do you need? And then how much solar do you need, depending on how much usage you have per day. So mathematically working out what you typically use in a day overlanding, and then translating that into how much power that you may want to draw. It's been a learning for me. Oh, and the third one was shore power, of course.
Sure.
But the learning for me on the solar this weekend and last weekend has been that rating is a max.
Right.
And so Justin was saying that's tested in a lab where you have perfect UV, everything, all the conditions are
no
optimal.
Clouds and like no loss of like your cable length or anything like that. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Or connectors. And so if 220 is stated, that is the maximum amount of wattage that you're going to receive at any given time. So that was a learning for me because I come from a world of apparel and gear where it's minimum ratings. Everything is a minimum rating. And so you're going to get at least that. So that was like, oh no, I need to change my thinking on this.
Absolutely. Another point on the solar is that based on whatever power station you have, they have a solar controller in there, and that solar controller will have a max allowable input rating on it.
Okay.
So, for example, my little C300 DC, that one can only go up to a 100-watt panel. If I tried to hook up my 220, I could damage the power station.
Oh.
So you want to be aware of what your solar controller rating is on your power station.
Oh my God.
I have to know on your Anchor C1000 that it's well above 220, so I wasn't worried about hooking that into yours. I think your solar controller might be the same as mine on the C2000, which is I think up to like 600 or maybe even 800. So,
I think it's minus 600.
Yeah. Yep. So that's like so massive that the panels would be huge and bigger than I even want to carry.
Yeah. So based on what we saw this morning, did you want to give up the secret of what we saw today in terms of power stations and local companies?
God, yes, absolutely. So the actual booth was Velit Cooling and Heating. I think it was VELIT.
VelitCamping.com.
And I have actually heard of the unit they had there. The brand is Comvolt, COMVOLT. And that is, in my opinion, the most overland specific power station I have come across so far. It was really small for the amount of, like, the size they had was like just a little bit bigger than my Anchor C2000, but it was like a 4,000 watt hour battery, and it had multiple DC outputs. It had multiple, like I think 40 and 50 amps, and then it had more connectors than I would ever even need.
Yeah, it has an 1800 watt inverter.
Yeah.
And it was tidy. So I have the measurements here. 17.2 inches by 7.3 inches by 10.1 inches.
Nice.
It was hyper tiny.
Yeah.
And 65.5 pounds. So I'm going to have to do some bicep curls. Well,
again, this is the 4,000. So what does it have the power rating on the 2,000?
On the 2,000, yep, we have a 2201 watt hour.
Okay,
Battery
nice.
is very specific.
Gotta count that one.
That one has the same inverter. That is going to be 43.4 pounds.
Right.
And then they say the measurements on this one is 14.5 by 7.3 by 9.7.
Nice.
Which one was the one that we were picking up? We were picking up the 4200 one, right?
We were, yeah.
That was so tidy. I feel like that would fit in the footwell
It
of
would,
my
absolutely.
passenger.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
And these are easily expandable. You can buy just any battery because of the connections they have on the back. So
Yeah.
you don't have to like buy another COM volt. You can just buy any lithium battery
Um,
you want to expand it if you ever needed to do that.
So this made me sad because I feel like we just bought our Anchor batteries.
Yeah.
Frick. And now we're like, oh man, I have the prices here. Do you want to guess what the prices were on those
I think I saw on the smaller one it was around 1269.
1290.
1290. Yeah.
Yep.
So technically my Anchor is also that price by MSRP, but Anchor never actually charges that. They always have like some massive discount going.
Yeah,
So I don't know if
yeah.
that's the same with Comvolt or not. So if they don't do the big price drops like Anchor does, then you are buying at a premium.
Yep. Do you want to guess what the 4200 watt hour one was?
I think it was right around 50 cents per watt hour.
Oh,
So right around that
good
2000
job.
mark, right? Yeah.
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 So it's listed here, and I don't know if that's what we get it at, 1949,
Nice.
$1,949.
Yeah. Which
Do you think that's a good price?
I it's a premium price for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
For a
Because I'm
premium
used to
package.
paying around 33 cents per watt hour.
Okay.
So it is definitely premium as listed on this sheet. I don't know what the street price is though, so that
Right.
might make it the delta smaller.
Yeah, this is on printed on a brochure, so I don't know if that's show special or where you get that.
Yeah, I
but
feel like a brochure probably would just be like that is the MSRP, and
rack
then
rate,
yeah,
right?
I'm not even sure if they actually were like doing a show special on because it didn't seem like something they would have a lot of, especially because it's just Raleigh in its van, right? So, um, the other thing about that I liked about the Convolt is they have the marine style DC plug connectors that actually have more of a way of holding in the plug.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Because we've just been
Plugs are tighter.
dealing with our plugs just vibrating out.
Even this trip and last trip, they just keep vibrating out.
Yeah.
And even not moving the car for 3 days, it's like wiggling out.
Oh, really?
It's driving me nuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's with the fancy IceCo cord and everything.
Yeah.
But why would I care about this 4200 watt hour battery is because Velvet is heating and cooling, right? So we were talking about air conditioning. I mean, the world's getting hotter. The
Yep.
world is getting
Sure
hotter,
is.
right?
Yeah.
And so when we're going out and we're like, okay, well, we want to go mountain biking for an hour, or we want to go just like on a hike for an hour, but we can't take the dogs with us, then what are the dogs going to do? And it's one of those where a unit like this could power an air conditioner for as long as you need to
Yeah.
go out. So
Yeah.
that sounds amazing because air conditioning draws a ton of power.
Right. And that's actually kind of leads into the other thing they had at their booth. I think it's called Comfort Pod or something like that. I have it here. Comfort Pad. They said they're still prototyping, they're still trying to figure it out, but they have this what's called an AC pet crate. And so it's basically a pet crate, but it is more insulated and then it has an AC unit on it. Um, they said they're prototyping and trying to figure out how to balance it out because it is very expensive. I think they're asking over $800 for it. But they also have coming up with this other solution that is something that like suctions to your window and then can blow the heat out just like the opening. This is called a smart vent. So they're thinking about ways because this is a common issue that a lot of us have now. Where like we're going to places and we have dogs in our cars and cars get really hot, so we need some sort of solution to circumvent
Well,
that.
for us peasants that don't have the $300,000
Yeah, right.
camper vehicle,
Exactly.
we need some sort of solution for our air conditioning.
Right. Yeah. And the pet mode and the Teslas are cool, but you can't really Tesla very well. Overland a Tesla very well, I guess, yet. So
Right.
it's good to have somebody thinking about other solutions that are out there.
We did go to Storyteller to see if maybe that would be a solution for us.
Oh man, that thing was cool. It was the Storyteller. It's like they have this expedition class of vehicles, which is basically they take like a heavy duty truck and then they fully integrate the back box. And so this one was called the GXV Wild. We looked at two of them. I really liked the first one we looked at, which was I think 23 feet in length and had a single cab for the truck. And it was neat because like you crawl in, it's very easy. You're not even crawling in, you're walking in because it has a full size door. And then you go in there, and to the right is your whole like huge bed area, and it's always just there. You don't have to do anything. It's just there, ready to go.
Yeah.
The shower and bathroom is like a nice
Ooh,
stall with a
so
door on
nice.
it.
And a
Yeah.
sink. Yeah.
hmm and then to the left, you had like a galley kitchen with an induction cooktop built in.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the back, it was like a dinette area where you
Mm-hmm.
could very comfortably seat 4 adults.
4 adults. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a card
Or
table.
yeah, exactly. It had very fine leather for the seating. But then, can you describe what the back looked like?
Oh, the back was like a swing out of both sides for the spare tire, which the tires are huge on this thing.
Of course,
And then it folds down, the steel folds down, so you have a whole patio outside, which
it's so cool.
I mean, for PNW, we dream of having like those sunny days
Yeah,
that you can
yeah.
do this. I don't know how often we'd use that patio, but at least it's there, and it
Sure.
adds another like what 5 feet of space.
Yeah, and it actually was a split. I looked at it again this morning because I wasn't sure. So it does split. So you have like the bottom part that's like where you can actually stand on the patio, but it does actually have a back window that pops up, much like a Land Cruiser has.
Yeah.
So that would prevent some of the rain coming down if you really did want to get a little experience. But like, and it's the rain's going the right way and not going to come into your cab.
This was a sweet price of $299.
Yeah, under 300,000.
And we were told that you could get an RV loan for it.
Oh yeah, no, we met Lee. He was the storyteller, salesman, really nice guy, and he was doing a really good job of trying to make it a reality in our brains.
He really, it was so easy. I mean, I don't know why I thought it was so hard to spend $300,000 on a vehicle. I felt really silly after that. I was like, oh well, of course, it's totally doable.
Yeah, I did some quick math via chat GPT to find out what the monthly cost would be.
Oh boy.
So assuming you buy it, you like have to pay another 10% in Washington. So you're looking at like 330,000, 20-year RV loan, current rates. You're looking at about $2,700 a month. So 2,700
for 20 years.
For 20 years. So then you end up paying basically an extra 280,000 on top of just the purchase price after 20
Keeps
years.
their vehicle for 20 years though, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like that's not a thing really.
Yeah. I think the idea with at least these things, we were talking to, I think, I can't remember who mentioned this, but one of the vendors we were talking to was mentioning this, like, okay, well, yeah, this is more for people who have retired and they just sell their house, and instead of getting like the big bus style RV, now you can get these like expedition vehicles that can just take you a lot more places. So when you put it that way, it's like, okay, I can see why there's a market for this.
Yeah, it seems like the modern RV system now.
Right.
So now instead of carefully lumbering down the road, now you're in a very capable off-road vehicle. I mean, you have to be comfortable driving a Ram 5500, right? But you are able to drive this down some rougher roads, and you can get to more places, more dispersed camping.
Yeah, and it's built for being off-grid for a while, whereas like your typical RVs, like you have to go from RV, camp to RV camp because you need to hook up and get your shore power, because otherwise you just won't be able to last for very long.
Exactly. Yeah, these are built for a little bit more off-grid. Yeah, well, there were some nice vehicles in the parking in the camping area, and that are really built for this. So I don't know if this is the next wave of retirees, but it seems very interesting. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes. Storyteller also had some really cool. They had a group camp out here in the front, and so they had some kind of fun nights, right? Like you could hear the karaoke for miles, but they had campfires and food and everything every night, and it's just a community of people.
Yeah,
I feel like
it seems like you're buying into to like a whole community. Absolutely.
Right. Some of them were these like really powerful vehicles, and then some of them were in the Sprinter vans that they started with.
Right. Yeah, they're actually more known for their Sprinter vans. I think Lee said they've been making the expedition vehicles for 10 years, which surprised me because I just haven't seen any. But I've seen their Sprinter vans all over the place. So
yeah. So Lee, if you're hearing this and you just have one to spare, you can just toss one our way.
Actually, yeah, it was funny too because Lee had invited us, which was so friendly of him. He said, "Oh yeah, come by. We got like tacos and we're gonna have like live music and all this stuff." And had we known that we weren't gonna win anything at the raffle and freeze our butts off, I think we definitely would have gone for the tacos.
Would have been a
option,
warmer, happier option for our bellies. And
for sure.
Yeah, next time, Lee, we will.
Absolutely. So another Washington brand that's here, actually Seattle brand specifically, is Hest.
Yeah.
And I've exclaimed many times about how I love my Hess foamy.
There's a lot of people in our group that really like Hest.
Yeah,
I mean, I do hear it from a lot of our friends.
yeah, they're not cheap. You're
They're not
definitely
cheap.
it's an investment for sure. But man, every time I'm sleeping, I'm just like, oh, wait, this is the best camps I've ever gotten. So they've had some new stuff they brought this year, at least new to me and you. One thing is that they have fitted sheets now for their mattresses.
Yeah, key.
Yeah, I mean, so the mattress when you buy them, they do have covers anyways. You can like unzip them and then pull out the foam and then wash that. But it's yeah, it's just a lot more work, and trying to like stuff the foam back in is kind of annoying. It's this whole process, and with me sleeping with a dog in my swag, it is getting dirty more often than I would like. So having this fitted sheet option is great because then I just throw it on there at the end of the trip, just pull up the fitted sheet, throw in the laundry,
Yeah.
good to go.
Yep. Yeah, I don't have a Hest. I have a Deep Sleep, and they're also here at the expo. And I went to talk to them, and they told me right out that they were going to do a custom fitted sheet later this year. So I am stoked about that
Yeah.
because the fitted sheet I use right now is like a dorm style fitted sheet off of Amazon,
Sure.
and it just moves around so much, and it
Yeah.
gets so wrinkly. But
It also has that notch out too, right? So it's like you really need something
yes.
that's made
It's
specifically
made
for
to
that
go over the
shape.
wheel well, exactly. And you know that it's I don't go without it. I wash that fitted sheet after every adventure because it really needs it. However, having one fitted would be great, so I am looking forward to that.
Nice.
Yeah, Hess was they're so welcoming, and oh, they also have the new camp
I was
chair.
gonna say something else caught your eye. Caught me
I
too.
was dreaming about it. It's very comfortable.
If I didn't love my Helinox so much, I would have been very tempted for that chair. I'll admit that their chair is more comfortable than my Helinox, but I just love how portable my Helinox is, so that's why I'm gonna stick with Helinox. But if you're going for the ultimate comfortable chair, I don't know if you can beat that Hess
I'm
one.
one of those cheap chair people, you know what I mean? Like the $5 chair or the chair left behind or
Yeah.
and got me onto like a $30 chair, and I was just like all about that one for a while. I'm a cheap chair person for sure. Right now I'm rocking an Anchor Solix that I got at the last expo in
Anchor
SoCal.
Solix chair, yeah.
That was free. So to spend a lot of money on a chair seems kind of crazy, but man, it is very comfortable. So I am thinking about it, still thinking about it.
Nice. Just remember, whatever chair you get, it's going to be stolen by Ryder at some point. So.
It's going to be stolen by my own dogs. I have a
There you
feeling
go.
I'm going to buy this chair, and then I'm going to have the two dogs in the chair, and I'm going to be sitting on the grass or
Yeah.
something.
The chair itself didn't seem like I didn't look too deep depth in the chair itself, but really the magic part is the mattress that they have on it, and it's just like a two-piece mattress, and you can actually roll it up. It rolls up pretty small too.
Yep.
So it is something you can buy. Like if you have just a regular camp chair, you can buy just the mattress and use that, which is I think kind of cool.
Totally. Yeah. So I am thinking of maybe just getting the foam topper.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see the collaboration between Hest and what is it, Tune?
Tune, yes. Yes.
So this is my first time seeing Tune. I'm very lucky that Garrick is looking at campers because I would never. So I get to now learn all about campers like vicariously through Garrick.
Yeah.
And Hest told us because they had a Tune topper on one of their vehicles, they're saying that Hest mattresses now come custom in the Tune campers.
Yeah, straight up spec it for it. Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, yeah, it's awesome. The Tune is definitely if I'm gonna go with a camper topper route where it like sits on the bed rails, I'm gonna do that. Tune would be the way I would go after seeing all the options that are here.
Right, because you have the option between slide-ins or toppers, right?
Right.
See, I'm learning this too because they all look the same to me. So okay, yeah.
Yeah, or full flatbed, but that's a little bit beyond what I would consider at this point.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So the toppers are cheaper, which is nice. But the downside is that because they sit on the bed rails, you can't super seal everything perfectly like like a slide-in would be, and then getting them on and off is a little bit more complicated. Although it's with the Tune, it's not as bad because Tune does offer the camper jacks that you can connect to it, and then just raise those jacks, and you can just drive, and it's off essentially. But yeah, so if you have to accept that there's gonna be some dust. There are some things you can do to try to add like weather sealing around like your tailgate and whatnot.
We're taking a break. It's Melody jumping in to say we're hanging out on Instagram if you want to keep up with the Overland nonsense. And if you're on Apple, Amazon Music, or Spotify, go ahead and download the episode so you don't lose us. All right, back to it.
I think the biggest downside, personally though, of the toppers is that because of the way you have the tailgate that comes down, and then you have the back of the topper that swings up, you have to like kind of step onto the tailgate, and then you have to kind of like duck down and like kind of scurry into the inside of it. And I did hit my head on the tube the first time doing it. I'm sure it's one of those things that like after a while you just kind of get used to it. But it is nice with the other ones where you can just open up a door and just like be a normal human to do your ingress and egress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woo. A lot to think about there.
Yeah. The one,
Oh boy.
the thing that I realized though from this is that with the Ford Ranger with the short bed,
Yeah.
you really have to have something that comes beyond the bed rails, like extends out, because it just gave you that more sense of space. Because it's just too small of a bed to really feel like anything special otherwise. So that's why like the 2NEM1 is the only real topper I would consider versus the like Lone Peak and Super Pacific and whatnot that are just like straight up from the bed rails, or even not even straight up. Some of them actually turn in, which really shrinks your size.
So we went by the Ford booth and they were featuring the Expedition and the Explorer.
Yeah.
But no Ford Ranger
No Rangers
anywhere.
Yeah.
Did you ask them? Did you talk to them? I don't think I remember.
I did. I asked them about it, and because I was like, "Hey, you guys have like the best midsize truck platform for overlanding. Like, I'm surprised you're not pushing that." And they're saying that the new thing for them this year is the Tremor trim level on the Explorer and the Expedition, so that's why they're displaying those and highlighting them for this event.
What's the big deal about setting up another vehicle? You know, there's so many kitted ones out here that why not?
Yeah. So I was talking to them too. They were saying that they go to car show to car show to car show. So they're not doing a lot of these like overlanding events. This is one of the few they actually go to.
Oh, well, they better get with it. We got to talk to them. They better get with it because
you guys don't even know. Like
missing a whole
Toyota's
market.
killing it here. Like this, it's like Toyota land.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We love it. We love it.
And I will say, Toyota showed up in a much better way. Sorry, Ford.
They really did.
Yeah, their whole booth was awesome. They had so much stuff. They have fun things. Just like if are you an owner, you get free stuff, and then they just give you stuff anyways. We already talked about the music bingo and the tacos they had. They had a raffle yesterday where they gave like the biggest Dometic fridge you could get. It's wild, and there was so many people that came out of the woodwork for that raffle.
They're just making it fun for everyone. Like, you're a Toyota owner, we're stoked. You want to be a Toyota owner, let's go.
Yeah.
And they have an entire merch area, of course, that just like highlights everything, and they're giving away fun patches.
They have all their like overland style rigs. Like they got the 4Runner, they got the Tundra, they got the Tacoma here, all like in the full trail hunter.
Well, they also have the classic ones too, right?
Yeah.
The Clean Larry.
They look like they rolled out of a museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh no, I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, like that 70 series Land Cruiser was just so clean. It was amazing.
Yeah. Oof. A lot of photos being taken. I'm telling you, this is like half car show, half dog show. I feel like it's just like cars and dogs everywhere. It's really fun.
Yeah, which you had mentioned that that's kind of, it almost feels like a missed opportunity because there's not a lot of dog specific stuff here.
Yeah.
Like that AC dog crate that we found. That was like one of the few options.
One of the only products for
yeah.
dogs.
Yeah.
Yep. I noticed one booth that had open Trader Joe's dog treats that they were giving out. And I'm like, that seems brilliant. Why don't more people have that?
Sure.
Because they're giving away like free beers at a lot of the booths. Why are they not giving out free dog treats?
Absolutely.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
But reminder, if you're going to Expo, keep your dog on a leash, okay? Because they have insurance here. And if they get one dog bite, that's it. They're not going to be able to have dogs here anymore. And we will lose our very special privilege. So please, if you're coming here, bring your dog and keep it on the leash.
Yeah. Another one that we were just at, another exhibitor, I should say, was Kitworks.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool. And you actually purchased something from
Yeah, Kitworks just seems like one of those like super culty technical gear brands that they're out of Bend. They're local here. They make these organizers.
And they're made in Bend, yeah.
Made in Bend. Yeah. They're organizers that are basically like glorified large fabric crates, sturdy fabric crates to duffels that open up. So if you're in your vehicle, you can easily access things. They also have their kits can also be used for camp kitchens too, because they are like this rubberized fabric on the outside. You'll have less contamination.
Yeah.
And that was brilliant. They have also these little embroidered patches for things so you can organize it. Like, this is your emergency kit. This is your food. Yeah, different things like that.
They had an example of one of the hard-sided, or not hard-sided, the soft-sided, but hard structure. I don't know how to describe it. Hanging off the side of a truck. And so that like it was like a camp kitchen, you just hanging off there and just have a
Yes.
couple of lines, and it was like, oh, that's pretty rad. So yeah.
You can easily access all your stuff.
Yeah, it seems like the perfect thing, especially with me soon moving to a truck situation. If I did go the topper route, I think having an organization system like that would be fantastic. So I can just throw things in and pull them out as needed. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, it was really great, and because a lot of it is Velcro based, you can mix and match and add all
yeah,
sorts of
and
things.
label what it is. So you can just
Yes.
put little labels, and they have even the labels you can buy, so you don't have to like worry about trying to make them yourself or anything.
Yes, this organization does come at a premium.
Yes,
It
that's true.
is pretty pricey, but it looks extremely well made. So I bought the internal dividers because I have these giant totes and I have these big duffel bags, and it's like I just need some organization. So because the internal dividers are made with Velcro, they're made to integrate with their systems. I'm gonna try and see if I can just do a little hack job DIY and sew some Velcro into what I've got
Oh yeah, there you
and
go.
then be able to organize it that way. If I really can't make it work with what I've got already, which is my, number one priority, then I think I'll buckle and buy one of their hard-sided
Yeah,
totes or boxes. I don't know how to call them.
yeah, I don't either. What do you call
But
these
this is
things?
Kitworks. KITWORKS.
Yeah, no space in between, just all one word.
Yeah.
Um, we picked up something that I hope we never have to use this morning. We
Oh
both
God.
did.
Oh God.
But man, is it a good system. There's a company called Glue Tread,
Yeah.
and I think most of us probably already have like our puncture kits in our rigs.
For tires, yeah.
Yeah, but you can kind of use those if your sidewall fails. Like I have seen people like stuff so many of those little ropes in the sidewalls to like finally get it to actually hold. But wouldn't it be nice if you just had like a piece of rubber that you could just put right on there and just cover it rather than have to go through that puncture in the sidewall
Yeah.
part? So that's basically Blue Tread. They have puncture kits too, but for me, they kind of hit the map because of this sidewall kit that they have.
For sure, that sidewall kit is bar none like the best. We've seen this on YouTube, we've seen it with friends, and man, I felt really guilty not having one in my kit for sure.
Right.
Because when you talk to people in a tire repair, you got to have it. Who
Mhm.
knows where you're going to get the puncture,
Yeah.
right? So,
And it's nice too because the kit comes with like one big patch, and then it comes with a bunch of smaller ones, and then it comes with sanding pads. So like the puncture happens to happen on like a weird spot where you have some like raised parts of the tire, you can sand it down to make it all flat. Uh, Nice thing too is that it comes with multiple glues too. So for me, I'm gonna take my kit, I'm gonna split it up between my Forerunner and my motorcycle because the smaller ones would do great for motorcycle repair as well.
oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
I don't have to do that, but yeah.
that'll be good for my upcoming BDR trip for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope I don't ever have to use it. One of those things that you buy that you're just like, this better be just dead in my kit?
yeah. There's also an unsung hero at these expos that I have not seen anywhere else, and that's the roller cams.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for introducing me to that.
Yeah.
I just found out through you today.
Well, you just got those Molly panels too, so it's like the perfect application for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roller cam is so simple, but so great. So they're essentially adding these steel wheels to the ends of what are they called?
Like straps.
Fastening straps.
Yeah.
There's like some technical name for them, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be
Like
something
your
like
cam straps is what I would call them. Generally.
straps.
Yeah.
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 So I'm a Harbor Freight person, and I get my cam straps from Harbor Freight, and they can be extremely frustrating when you're trying to tighten something.
Sure.
So it's great for just fastening something once and letting it go. Ooh,
Hello, plane.
that is a
Hey, we'll see if we can
very
hear that in
loud
the recording.
plane. I'm like, whoa.
There's also a train that comes by the fairgrounds every once in a while, so it's definitely been planes, trains, and automobiles out here this weekend.
Yeah. So this is what have I got in my hands? A tie down strap. Yeah, so you have your cam and you have your wheel. I mean, you guys should look at this online probably. It's your roller cam. They're out of Salt Lake City, Utah. And I like to strap down my stand-up paddleboard because after I deflate it, I chuck it in the backseat of my car. And in order to strap it down with a tie down strap, the Harbor Freight one could never get it very tight. So I do the best that I could and then throw it in the car, but it would be way bigger than I want it to be. Now with this, I'm like really excited to actually cinch it down. It's nice and tidy, ready to go. And then yeah, I got, what else did I get here? The 2-foot straps, tie downs for, and these are especially for molly panels.
Yeah, they're
So
a little bit
they're,
smaller, so that you
yeah,
can work with.
3/4 inch wide instead of the, I think that was 1 inch. And so yeah, you're kind of able to do what you want with it, which is really great.
Yeah, and they actually have a whole other product line called the rope roller, which is what I bought. And I had a specific use case in mind in that I have my moon chain awning, and it came with a couple of tensioning lines, but it's got a very simple system where it's like this little metal plate, and you sort of have to like turn the plate sideways and kind of like feed it through, and it doesn't feel good, and like you can feel the actual rope kind of getting worse every time you use it too, just because of the friction that's causing on it.
Yeah.
So this rope roller has the same idea where instead of like an actual spindle, it has a ball in there, and then you just can pull the rope through, and the ball is going to allow you just very quickly tension it and pull it in place. So
That's exciting for your awning or any tarp, really?
yeah, yep, exactly.
Man, I can't get a handle on the weather.
I
It's
know.
either hot or cold, so I'm gonna put my jacket back on again.
Same. No, it's like when the sun's on you and then the wind dies down, it's toasty and you're like moving layers, and then the sun goes away and the wind comes in, and yeah.
It's funny in the show because some people are just wearing t-shirts.
I know.
And I roll up in this like heavy jacket. We're not the same person.
Nope, not at all. Were there any classes that stood out for you yesterday that you attended, Melody?
Yes. So I attended one that was it was geared towards women, but anybody could go.
Mhm.
And it was spotting and marshalling. So I went for the marshalling part. I guess I arrived late, so maybe the marshalling I didn't get to do.
Ah.
But they did do a lot of spotting.
And this is like with rigs, like you were standing up out there doing the thing, right?
Yeah, well, she made a fake obstacle course with bottle caps.
Nice.
So she sprinkled the bottle caps all over, and you had to pretend that they were rocks.
Oh, okay.
And then one person had to hold a piece of cardboard under their face so they couldn't see the ground.
Oh, funny.
And then the other person had to guide them through without hitting any rocks.
Nice.
Or depending on what you talked about, maybe you want to be up on a rock or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's genius.
And it was really great because she used the same methods that I learned with Backroads 4-wheel drive. So at least it was similar. And it's one thing seeing it and another thing actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And why not just do it while you're standing instead of you don't have to be in a car to learn it.
Yeah.
So it was just like walking around. And so it's very funny because we paired up and we all made mistakes. Like we all were like, oh, wait, what? Oh. The biggest one was when spotting your inclination when a vehicle is coming at you or even a person coming at you is to back up while you're signaling.
Yeah.
And that is a huge, huge no-no.
Oh, interesting.
You could trip, you could fall, something could happen to you. We don't want a sprained ankle or broken leg while we're spotting. We're trying to like keep everyone safe. So you have to make sure to give the stop signal, which is 2 fists, and then walk to where you need to go. Like pick your next spot where you're going to stand safely, go to that spot.
So it's stop and then walk to your next positioning and then turn around. Okay.
Yes.
Got
do
it.
not back up. The whole thing is do not back up. And that was the hardest thing. I think everybody was just, your natural inclination is to back up.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. That's a good point.
So using
this is also real for selfies too. Just don't back up when taking a selfie.
Also walking at Costco.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun to be reminded of all those hand signals and then being able to learn it. I learned that slow down, which was different than the back roads, I think. Slow down is a little bit like a Tweety talking with your hands.
Yeah. You take your thumb and your fingers and kind of do the talkie symbol.
As if somebody's talking too much, kind of like that.
Yeah.
That means slow down or slow forward. So you're not doing two different things with your hands.
Yeah, and when you're telling me this, that kind of surprised me because I think as a driver, I would not know what that meant. I'd be like, oh, like I would think that like, oh, maybe you can't hear me on the radio or something like that. Right. So that's something that I feel like you need to establish before you start doing this.
Exactly. That was my thought as well. And because it came late, maybe she went over this. But I think before spotting somebody, especially if you don't know them, like they're just in your group, I would go to their window they're probably stressed out, but I would go to their window and I would review what you're about to do, all the different hand signals that might happen, so then they know what it is.
Yeah.
She also really discouraged radios, which is interesting because I've had situations where a handheld was handy because you can't necessarily stand close enough to the car for the driver to hear it. However, that can get confusing. And she's done Rebel Rally, so that's why she was just like, we threw out the radios. It was just, it got too confusing as to what they were trying to say. The hand signals are better.
I see. Okay.
And so if you're using one hand for a radio and then one hand for signaling, it can get out of hand. So I thought that was interesting. That was a good one, spotting and actually like putting it into work.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah.
Cool.
What about you?
Yeah, there was a few good ones I saw. I think one that really stood out to me was called Circumtouring the Canyonlands. I forgot to catch the presenter's name, but he was a really good presenter. He works for GME Radios, so he's actually like one of the exhibitors here. Yeah, and he basically shared a route that was, I think it was over 500 miles, and you basically started from Moab and looped all the way back to Moab, but like went through like Chicken Corners, down to like Lockhart Basin, through the Canyonlands Needles, then through the Canyonlands Maze, up through the San Rafael Desert, over above into the White Rim Trail, and then from there back to Moab. So it's a pretty epic route. He did the presentation mostly in Google Maps, so you got to actually see a lot of the topography as well and see what it would look like. And he had little highlight photos along the way. Yeah, it was cool. Something that was kind of interesting though is that he said, "I'm not going to give you the tracks, so you kind of have to piece it together yourself." I'm up to the task because I was taking very close notes of like where everything was. I was like, I can do this. I can like I am the person who's built for this.
He's speaking to you.
Yeah. One thing that kind of stood out to me though is that the fuel range can be pretty challenging. There is one section where you would be 380 miles between fuel stops, unless you stop in this place called the Needles Outpost. It's like this random little store that's like in the middle of nowhere, but somehow still exists. And they will sell you fuel there, but you kind of have to like email them ahead of time. And it's like a gravity fed pump, so they have to like feed it in, like pump it up first, so then like it's ready to be pumped out. So they have to like know how much you need before you arrive and whatnot. So it's like he described it as a true expedition in the United States, and it really does sound like it, because you are out there. Like, you better make sure you have everything dialed in, and like you have all your spare parts you need, and then you have some sort of plan if something does go wrong, you know how you're gonna get your rig out. So
wow.
yeah, it's I think he said give it at least 7 days, which is tough for me to do in my current lifestyle, just because that's like more than 2 weekends, you know, plus the in between, because I need 2 days to even just get to the start of the thing. So
yeah,
but it was a great presentation, and something that you can do like real crazy expeditions here in the United States without having to go abroad or to South America to make it happen.
that sounds legit. There were quite a lot of talks on different parts of the world that you can go overlanding.
For sure.
So they had Namibia, they had Iceland, different places like that.
Yeah, I did attend one of the talks that the St. Clairs had. They were the Gladiator Rubicon owners that I had talked to about their Alu cab the day before.
Okay.
And that was kind of fun, seeing like all their travels through South America. They had one really good tip about it, where they said that iOverlander is actually a good resource for border crossings. And that's not something I ever would have thought of.
No, I wouldn't have thought that either. Why?
Yeah, they said like it kind of gives you the skinny of like what to do, and any tips are all in there. Yeah. Yeah. And like how long it usually takes, and so like what line to get into sometimes. So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I thought that was a nice little tip. If I mean, I probably won't be doing international overlanding until I'm retired, but
yeah,
it was just how they did it. They retired, and then they went on this trip, and I guess they're shipping their Gladiator out to Europe as their next big adventure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and that was a big consideration. What they put out was like, we wanted a rig where it can fit into a shipping container.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so that's an interesting sort of constraint you might consider when you're building your rig.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, a couple shout outs I wanted to give for the educational side of it was that there seem to be quite a lot of courses for content creators like ourselves. that was interesting to go and meet fellow content creators and see
Absolutely.
what their methods were.
Yeah.
Lots of questions. So if you want to get up close and personal to your favorite YouTuber, they're probably there volunteering some great information,
Absolutely.
which is great. And then every day there were women only or women specific sessions, not women only. Everyone's welcome.
Sure.
But women specific sessions for an hour where you can go meet other women in overlanding, whether you're just starting out. We had some people that it was literally their day 2 of camping on day 2
Yeah.
of the expo. And then we had some really experienced people. So it was really, it's meant to network. So it is guided in a way where you are meeting the other women and you get to say your spiel for, a couple minutes and everyone gets to know you. So I found that really comforting and really nice. And then there were some topics that people brought up where, things they were concerned about with overlanding. So that was really good.
Very
I would
cool.
say the woman who leads it, she's amazing. She also is in charge of coordinating all of these educational events. Her name is Azure, and she wants to have people volunteering for these educational series. She sets them up. She's doing a great job.
Yeah.
But I think every expo, everywhere, she has to go find people who want to talk for free,
Sure.
essentially. So her email is azure@overlandexpo.com.
Nice.
And you'd have to voice, why you would be a great teacher and, express interest in volunteering and it needs to be from a very professional place. So you can't just be anyone and go up there and
Right.
and speak.
We need to convince our camp neighbor Mark to do that because he's a paramedic, and the person who's also doing all the paramedic stuff that I wanted to attend couldn't make it. So it'd be nice to have that because I think it is
maybe an emergency.
Yeah, like
right?
they happen.
Paramedics
Absolutely.
have emergencies.
Yeah. And from Mark's perspective, I know he does it professionally, so it all seems easy to him. But in his perspective, it's stuff that you could teach very quickly, and you'd have most of what you need to know within one session.
Right, like you said that you missed out on the how to stop the bleed class.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Oh, come over after this raffle. I'll teach you how to do it in 5 minutes."
Exactly.
Like, okay, well, it's that easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta love your neighbors around here. Very colorful. He reminded me of Mark from Vancouver Island a little bit.
Yeah,
our
yeah.
neighbor on
I
Vancouver
can see that. Sure.
Island.
Yeah. Cool. Well, this is kind of that sad part of the trip where we're getting close to heading out here.
Yeah. Are you camping tonight?
I don't know yet. I might, depending on when I'm meeting somebody in Seattle tomorrow, Monday. So depending on when that happens, that'll determine if I camp around here or not. But I am going to stay for one more class. They actually are doing a podcast specific class after this, so I'll attend
Sweet.
that.
So we can be better for all of our listeners.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah. Do you have any closing thoughts about the expo experience, Melody?
I would say this was unexpectedly a great experience.
Nice.
I mean, I don't think I knew what I was getting into.
Sure.
But
I feel like the weather actually helped, even though it probably wouldn't be considered optimal by a lot of people, but it's very comfortable for the most part, other than us freezing at the raffle.
That was bad.
Yeah.
I would not do that again. I mean, I would bring warmer clothes.
Yeah.
But I would say if you are interested in overlanding, off-roading, getting out your vehicle at all,
or just geeking out with anybody about overlanding. Like, talk to your neighbors, talk to exhibitors. Like, everybody's just here to geek out and be like, this is cool and this is just a fun hobby, and yeah, it's just good vibes all around.
Yeah. I wanted to see when the dates were for all of the other ones so that I could tell people, oh wow, they already have 2027 dates up.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So they have 5 of them. We have PNW, which is happening now. Then we have Mountain West, and that's going to be August 21 to 23. And that's
what
in
town is that? Yeah.
Loveland, Colorado.
Okay, cool.
And then we have Overland Expo East, and that's happening October 23 to 25, and that is in Arrington, Virginia.
Ooh, a Halloween expo. I like it.
And then they already have the 2027 dates for SoCal is March 13 to 14 over in Costa Mesa at the fairgrounds.
Nice.
And then West, which is in Flagstaff. I heard that one is huge.
I thought that was where they started. That was the very initial one, yeah.
Okay. And that's May 14 to 16, 2027.
That's a good time to be down.
Flagstaff, Arizona.
Arizona, for sure. Cool.
Yeah. So I would say for my closing thoughts, consider it. It's a pretty good time. Everyone here has been really friendly and great. Lots of dogs. If you love dogs. If you hate dogs, probably not. Don't go.
Not your place.
There were a few cats.
There were some cats. We also just had some random wildlife sightings. Like we had a bald eagle flying above us, and then we had this like mama duck with all our little ducklings, like what right past our camp, which was such a random spot, just in the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. It's been a great experience. So
Yeah, and thanks for coming with me, Garrick.
absolutely, it's a good time. So,
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think with that, we shall call it a wrap.
If you want to get in touch with us by email, let us know what you think. remotetrailsradio@gmail.com.
RTR, over and out.